Hello everyone, and welcome. This is Uncle Max speaking. Today, I am excited to introduce you to the best solution we've developed recently. I call this solution the perfect alchemy. The two main ingredients are Allplan and the new SmartCatalog developed by my new hero,
Jean-François Mauger.
Do you want to learn more? Follow me. The code name for this perfect alchemy is Design to Cost. Here's how it works. Allplan data can be linked to a database of rules defined in our SmartCatalog. With Allplan reports, you can analyze these rules in detail. The reports can then be easily exported as Excel files or tabulated text files, making them ready for import into local QTO, quantity takeoff, solutions. When people ask me, how difficult is it to learn our D2C solution? My answer is always the same. If you're familiar with the attributes and formulas defined in Allplan, then it'll be a piece of cake. Why? Because our SmartCatalog uses the same attributes, the same formulas, and the same syntax as Allplan. At what stage of the design process can you use this technology? At all stages, from the preliminary design to the final design. It is especially powerful in the preliminary stages. Why? Thanks to the SmartCatalog, you can generate multiple analysis items from a single object. For example, from just a simple 3D object, you can extract detailed information such as cubic meters of concrete, kilograms of reinforcement, and square meters of formworks. Really? And how is that possible? What geometric information do we know about this 3D object? We know its length, height, thickness, surface area, volume, and more. With this information, you can derive and calculate the dimensions of objects that you haven't even drawn yet. Let's start with a simple example. By using just the length and height information of your object, you can easily calculate the square meters of formwork needed by using a simple formula like this. Let's look at another example. Based on your experience, you can estimate the kilograms of rebar required for your component by multiplying its volume by an incidence factor. For instance, you might use a factor of 60 for strip foundations and a factor of 80 for columns, and so on. Alternatively, I could create a dynamic formula where the rebar incidence information is managed by an attribute directly within Allplan. What kind of formulas can you define? You can define the same types of formulas you would use in Allplan. These can range from extremely simple ones, using a single attribute like quantity, volume, area, etc., to more complex conditional formulas, where you can link custom attributes defined in Allplan. Let's take a look at the SmartCatalog editor. Here, you can see a typical folder structure that you can organize according to your preferred logic. Inside these folders, you can create your own master materials and classify them with names that suit your needs. Within each master material, you can add the items you want to analyze. Each item is defined by a code, a short description, and additional attributes such as the unit of measurement, unit price, and the specific formula used to calculate the item. Each material can contain one or more items, and each item can have several additional attributes, including different units of measurement or formulas. Formulas can be written directly in the formula dialog, or you can use practical tools that allow you to choose attributes used in Allplan through intuitive smart dialog. Each dialog includes a special search tool that helps you quickly find what you're looking for. Here, you can see how easily you can access all the functions and operators available for defining a formula. To simplify the process of defining formulas for finishing surfaces, the SmartCatalog uses the same dialog interface available in Allplan. When applying filters to your formulas, you can easily access the codes for each object available in Allplan. For example, obj=1 indicates a wall. Using the same logic, you can filter your analyses by accessing the list of available trade categories in Allplan. Not sure which attributes you can use in your formulas? Don't worry. You can directly access the Allplan online help from the Formula Editor dialog, where you will find a list of specific attributes for each element, along with detailed syntax guidelines to use in conditional formulas. Once again, let me emphasize that our SmartCatalog uses the same formulas as in Allplan. Our SmartCatalog is not only incredibly powerful but also the most open BIM solution you've ever seen. Why? Everything you create in the SmartCatalog editor is managed through a structured XML file. What does this mean? It means you can potentially open the XML file in any text editor, like Notepad++, to make edits or even allow your local QTO partners to read and write this file. Not familiar with XML files? No problem. The SmartCatalog can be exported to an Excel file. You can make changes directly in Excel, and if you like, you can import this Excel file back into your catalog. This feature makes it easy to incorporate input from your trusted partners who may not use Allplan. Now, let's try to create a new catalog from scratch. Select the New Catalog tool. Give it a name. Choose the Allplan version you want to use, and specify the folder where you want to save the file. If you're working in a network environment, it's recommended to save the file in the shared STD folder for better accessibility and collaboration. Custom Allplan attributes and resources can be linked from the STD folder or the PRJ folder of your project. Now, let's assign a name to our folder. You can now structure the catalog by creating new folders at the same level as the existing one or by creating subfolders for better organization and hierarchy. Besides typing the name directly from the keyboard, you also have access to a variety of useful tools that help speed up this process. Within the folder, we can now create our materials. To add multiple materials, simply click on the material icon multiple times or hold down the Control key to make multiple entries at once. Within each material, we can add one or more items, using the same logic we used for folders and materials. Adding different components can be done easily, either from the action bar or through the context menu. Each item includes a code, a short description, and additional attributes. These additional attributes can be customized according to your needs. For example, you can remove certain attributes or add others, such as the unit price. Anyone involved in QTO, quantity takeoff, is familiar with the unit price schedule or unit price list. We have a list of codes, descriptions, and units. If you already have this information in an Excel spreadsheet, you can easily import it directly into the SmartCatalog. All you need to do is add a header line. In each column title, specify the attribute code corresponding to the column content, such as code, short description, unit, and unit price. This simple step allows for a seamless integration of your existing data into the SmartCatalog. The import procedure is carried out using the powerful external library tool. Within seconds, you can populate your catalog with all the items you need to analyze. Depending on the unit of measurement used, the SmartCatalog automatically suggests an appropriate analysis formula. For instance, if the unit is cubic meters, the proposed attribute will be volume. If the unit is square meters, the suggested attribute will be area. If you like, you can modify your formula directly from here, using the same technique as the formula editor available in Allplan. By typing a few letters, the SmartCatalog provides access to a filtered list of relevant attributes. If you're unsure of the names of the attributes to use, you can switch to an extended view of the formula editor, which allows you to access the entire database of attributes available in Allplan. The formulas used in the SmartCatalog are often repetitive. For this reason, you can save formula favorites, making it easy to reuse formulas across different SmartCatalogs. To speed up this presentation, I will also use formula favorites, which will allow me to define the formulas for my different items in just a couple of seconds. When the formulas are similar, you can also use the classic copy and paste functions and then make minor adjustments. For example, this is particularly useful when I need to apply different concrete consistency values within the same conditional formula. The formulas defined in this way can be easily verified. The SmartCatalog provides a series of control tools that alert me if I use incorrect syntax. A common example is using the wrong number of parentheses. In such cases, the formula is not only flagged as incorrect, but a visual technique based on color coding highlights the specific areas where errors occur, helping the user quickly understand and correct the mistake. I would like to take an additional 2 minutes to explain the incredible potential of the external library tool. In the previous example, I showed you how to quickly import an Excel file. Now, imagine your partner provides you with an updated version of the unit price schedule. What can you do? Do you have to start from scratch? Absolutely not. For instance, let me change the descriptions and unit prices in my unit price list and save it as version 2. Now I can link the new Excel file to my catalog and I can easily compare it with the previous version. Thanks to the sync function, you can synchronize the items already in use with those from the updated unit price schedule while keeping the existing additional attributes such as the formulas. Synchronization is based on the code information. Any changes made in SmartCatalog can be quickly undone and restored, ensuring flexibility and accuracy. The external library tool can also be used to merge multiple SmartCatalogs or to copy specific sections from catalogs that have already been defined. In this scenario, I simply link an XML file, analyze its content, and then decide which folders, materials, or items would be useful to include in my new SmartCatalog. Not only can I import the basic data, such as codes and descriptions, but also additional attributes already defined, including formulas. This makes it easy to integrate existing data and formulas into new catalogs, enhancing efficiency and consistency across projects. Now let's see how to connect a SmartCatalog to an Allplan project. First, I want to highlight the difference between a traditional approach and a smart approach. In a traditional approach, each object is assigned to only one material. For instance, if I analyze this strip foundation, only the concrete item will appear in the report, along with its measurements. Now, let's connect our catalog to Allplan. This connection is made at the project level. Next, I need to tell Allplan which catalog should be used to analyze my components. Once this is set up, I am ready to assign a material to my component. As soon as I select the material, a dialog box appears where I select the SmartCatalog materials defined so far. In this dialog, you can select only the master material and not the items. If I now try to use the same report as before, you'll notice that I get multiple pieces of information, not just one as in the previous example. Wait a minute, why don't I see all the analysis items I defined in my SmartCatalog? Let me explain. In my example, I used conditional formulas based on custom attributes in Allplan. Since these attributes have not yet been defined, the corresponding analysis items don't appear in my report. For instance, you can see that I've used an attribute to manage the consistency of my concrete or a special condition to decide whether to handle rebars separately and, if so, what incidence factor should be applied. Now, let's go back into Allplan and assign values to all the attributes I need. For example, let's set a concrete consistency of a S5, define an incidence factor, and decide that we want to use workers for the excavation. Now let's try the same report again as before. As you can see, I get more information such as the hours taken by a worker to make this foundation excavation. I also find the article that refers to the consistency of the S5 concrete and the 66 kilograms of rebars that will be placed in my strip foundation. Now you can make different assessments. Probably the 7 hours taken by the worker to do the excavation is too much. Since I am working in an area with a high density of water, it is better to use a different consistency for the concrete. What should I do? I simply change the attributes to suit my needs and then analyze the data again in the report. At this point I see the new items from the bulldozer analysis and Drytech concrete consistency. In addition to the geometric values, you can include unit price information already defined in SmartCatalog within the reports. This allows you to see the cost incidence of each analysis item directly. If you want to perform further operations, you can export your report to Excel. This export provides you with a structured file that you can enhance with logos, colors, and the total costs generated so far. This makes it easier to customize and present the data according to specific project or client requirements. Well, my time is up. Remember, you've only seen the tip of the iceberg. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. See you next time. Ciao.